cloud.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. It's lovely to be here with all of you. Thanks for taking out your time and for me to share and present an opportunity to you. You probably won't come across this again in your lifetime. So it's a company that is offering founding positions at a very affordable price. This is a startup company. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. And if you join today, you'll be in the top 1% of the company when we launch. And it is going to be very affordable. We are starting stronger than any business that has ever started before us. So what are you waiting for? Okay, let me just give you a quick overview of what you're going to learn today. Okay, you're going to learn what OnPassive is, a little bit about our CEO, what the OnPassive products are and why the products are needed, and the opportunity currently available and what the benefits are. So what exactly is OnPassive? OnPassive is a very real business. It's a global company that is valued at $5.5 billion. It's also an information technology company with 50 portfolios of digital products that are far more superior than you have already out there. And it's all run by artificial intelligence and machine learning technology. It's an online marketing business solution. The company has brick and mortar assets. We have 2 buildings, one in Florida, in Orlando, Florida, where we have an executive office where our CEO, Ash Mufareh, works from, and a very huge 6-story building in Hyderabad, classed as high-tech city in the Silicon Valley of India, where you will find the top name businesses like Google and Microsoft and many of the mainstream businesses. Also, you'll find the best IT experts. Now, OnPassive have the best of the best software engineers, programmers, media experts, marketers, etc. Our staff have come from companies such as JP Morgan, Apple, and big brand names like that. We have approximately 700 staff and expect to have up to 1,000 staff once launched. OnPassive will definitely be a household name. So who is the brains behind OnPassive? Well, here's a photo of our CEO, Ash Mufareh. He is a man with a vision for the future and for humanity. He's a man with a very big heart and a very big smile. Ash attended the American Intercontinental University for a master's degree in information technology and e-commerce at MIT. He also completed the Harvard Online Business Creation Systems. So while Ash did his studies, he researched models like Walmart, Google, Twitter, Microsoft, Amazon, and many more. Ash also, by being in the industry and knowing the industry very well, and the research he had done, showed 320 million online businesses failed. Ash has had over 20 years experience in the online world and has been very successful. He understood how the internet has a potential to change the world and change poverty into prosperity. Ash is a family man with a very supportive, beautiful wife and family with 2 very young boys. Ash's hobbies are fishing, hiking, and he has a keen interest in NASA. Now, there are 97% of online businesses that fail because they didn't know how to market, recruit, or sell. Now, Ash was looking to find a fair business model, but he couldn't. So he decided the only way to have a fair business model was to create and build one from scratch. So in 2018, OnPassive was created, but it did grow a lot bigger than it originally anticipated it to be. That's why today we have so many products and so many founders that make this company stronger than any IT company that has started before us. We have 830,000 founders. That's why we will be a unicorn company not far after launch. With OnPassive's products, you don't need to do any recruiting. You don't need to convert leads. They will guarantee traffic, which is quality targeted traffic. It's self-funding, so that's where you pay once out of pocket for your subscription, and then it's self-funding from there on. So it's all done for you, 100%, hands-free. You do not need to lift a finger. It has every imaginable tool that you need for success for your business, and it is easily accessible all in one place on one interface. It's a plug-and-play system, so anybody can use this. There is no copycat or recycled tech, and you won't find a better price anywhere on the globe. So here we have 20 of the 50 digital online products. I will go through just 3 of them, as you can check them all out at onpassive.com, where you'll find a short video that will explain all of them. The platforms are all standalone businesses or companies under one roof, and they're all embedded with AI technology throughout. We have Academy, which is a one-of-a-kind application for learners of any age. Also, as one of their benefits, they have facial distraction, which is really advanced. Now, also, if you have a course or a class you would like to teach, you can also put that on this platform, and it will go onto the platform, out to the world, and it will be translated into 57 different languages. And you will get 100% of the subscription money into your O-Wallet in your back office. O-Connect is like a Zoom, what we're on now, but with more benefits. And you'll be able to use this for video conferencing. So if you have a business around the world, you can actually have unlimited people on this platform, and you can get all your workers together around the world without having to travel, have them all on one place. We also have ONet. It's our social media platform that helps you connect with your friends and family and discover new friends. It's going to be better than Facebook because they won't sell your data and they won't put you in prison, Facebook prison or Facebook jail. We're all looking forward to using ONet as it's a revolutionary and secure social network platform. We also have OBless. OBless is at the forefront of OnPassive. It's a crowdfunding platform where you can raise money for any cause, charity, schools or sports. Now, as a founder, you can use the OBless platform, and OnPassive will give 100% of your monies to your cause or charity. And all the other platforms, they take up to 30%, between 15 and 30% for advertising and admin. So that extra cash will make a big difference in someone's life. It's so much more money you will be able to pass on to your charity and your cause. It is predicted by the end of 2021, the market share will be $114 billion. So it is proven scientifically in our DNA that the power of giving is 10 times more rewarding and fulfilling than receiving and taking. And that's a quote from our lovely Ash Mafara. So here we have the world's greatest modern technology marketing solution. It's going to be a global leader for sure. And here we have OnPassive's business model. We have 50 online tools powered by AI. We have highly targeted traffic that will generate a stream of customers on autopilot. It's a reduced cost because there's only one supplier, which will save you money. And it has a simplified process with one email and one password, which will generate a passive income every day of the year. So why do we need this platform? Why do we need OnPassive? Well, if you compare the list today, the current model is based on competition and conflict. 97% are scams. It all turns into money pits. It ends up costing you an absolute fortune each month. It requires you to sell. It requires you to recruit. The tools you need You have to buy them separately. That's going to take up your precious time, which costs money. There's no guarantees of marketing. There's no guarantees of income. And the marketers are against each other. And the compensation is based on your own efforts. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to receive. And that's it. So now, with today's new model that will disrupt the online world for the better, OnPassive's new model is based on mutual benefit. It's a real business, it's real products, and it's real people. It's self-funding, so it pays you to use it. The marketer does not have to sell. The marketer does not have to recruit. Every tool you need for success is included in one place, and all the tools are included at one low price. It has a money-back guarantee, so you can't lose. And the marketers will only compete with themselves. And it also has a revolutionary breakthrough compensation plan that's patented for OnPassive. So why OnPassive? Well, everyone will be using OnPassive in the very near future, whether they're a founder or not. They will be coming for the tools or the money, the benefits, the communication, or the connections. They will all have a reason to come to OnPassive. So it's time to completely run your whole business on autopilot with autopilot for any business opportunity. Everything 100% done for you. Advertising, leads, marketing, recruiting, team building. The whole lot is 100% done for you. Now you can also use this for your own business, which will provide a massive income opportunity if you use this breakthrough platform. So the benefits of becoming a founder. Well, you will earn residual income for life. You'll have targeted traffic to your website given to you by the company. OnPassive will build your business and team for you automatically, and you'll be part of the beta testing and inner circle decision making. You'll pay one time out of pocket for your subscription, and that will be paid then from then on out of your profits. You will benefit from massive marketing campaigns that the company will do for you, and you'll have access to every tool you'll ever need, 100% hands-free. So how much will this cost you to become a founder of a multi-billion-dollar company? Well, it will cost you a one-time out-of-pocket of $97 US. Australia, that's 131. New Zealand, 138. And if you like to just go in and, change that into your own country, you'll be able to see. But just remember to add the $5 fee, admin fee, for your credit cards. There is other ways of paying also, but the credit card or debit card is the best way, I think. Also, once we launch, you all become a subscriber to the online digital products. You'll only have to pay one time out of pocket of $250 USD for your subscription. And you can have as many accounts as you can afford. So if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes, and then learn how to do it later. A great quote from Richard Branson. So if you become a founder today and have a business, whether it's brick and mortar or online, OnPassive will force you to be successful. You do not need to have a business, though, to become a founder in this multi-billion-dollar company. All you need to do is get back to the person who invited you and ask for their invite link and just get in. Before it's too late, join the 830,000 founders and be in the top 1% of the company when we launch. So thank you very much for joining us today on this presentation. And I hope that you enjoyed it and you get back to the person who invited you here so you can be in it to win it. Thank you. My name's Yvonne Mackett. I'm from Perth, Australia. Thank you for listening.
Woo! Yvonne Mackett, that is the best one I've ever seen you do. That was perfect.
Thank you.
Even with the
Thank
phone
you.
ringing, you kept right on track, man. That was really good. Very good. Everybody give her a round of applause. Everybody give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
you make
everybody.
And just to let you know, Norel is Yvonne is very nervous when she does this every time. And she just held her composure perfect. So way to go, Yvonne.
Sorry about my
Fantastic.
phone. I did turn it down, but it
Always
always happens.
Yeah, it does, Yvonne. You got that luck, I think. Marty, what do you got to say?
Chris is an idiot, and Norel and Yvonne, great job. Your slides are amazing.
Yeah.
Really,
Thank
those are
you.
some of the clearest ones I've seen. I really, really like them.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent job.
Yeah.
And
Thanks very much.
and Chris is an idiot. But other than that, how's everybody doing?
Hey, Marty.
Good now.
Fantastic. It's always good when it's over. Hey, Yvonne.
Yeah.
Somebody once told me if you don't get nerves, then you must be a robot, because it doesn't matter how qualified you are as a speaker or as a, the information about OnPassive or what you're talking about, you always get the nerves. Always. So well done,
yeah.
Yvonne.
Thank
Yeah, but
you. I
she
can just,
You would
sorry, I can
never-
just say one.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can just say one thing. I don't like being out in the public like this. It is very nerve-wracking for me, but because of the love of this company, I will do this. I will step out my comfort zone for sure.
Thank you.
Well, if you were
Thank you.
nervous, you didn't show it.
Mhm.
You didn't show it, really. I thought you were just fine. You didn't act like you were nervous at all.
Yeah.
You look like a rock.
I told her to come in her underwear. That's all she's got is underwear under that shirt
Chris,
and no
Chris, you're
socks.
the only one that does that.
And see, so hey, you're more comfortable. I'm telling you, everyone should be in their underwear, no socks, no shoes, wiggling your toes, and all the nerves just go right out your nose, and it's fun. So,
Just don't
Willow,
stand
what
up,
do you
Chris.
got to say?
Just don't stand
Right.
up, Chris.
Gonna
I
unmute
am
you.
absolutely flabbergasted at you, Chris. My dog barks at me if I'm in my underwear. No, that's not the most comfortable way to be. Yvonne, my darling, that was the most delicious presentation I have seen on any of the webinars. Your delivery was perfection. I love the visual. I'm a real visual person, and the colors were magnificent. I just can't say enough. I'm going to go around and send your video to everybody I know, because I love it. I just love it. And
Thank
I
you.
had to get my 2 cents in there because those colors were just wonderful. Bill Musk is a gem, isn't he? And Norel, oh, girls, you are killing it. As Ash says, you're crushing it. I love it. Bravo. That's all I got.
Thank you, Willow. Thank
Thank
you, thank you, thank you.
That's the
Australia
artist
is
in
very
this.
colourful. Australia is a very colourful country. We love our colours. So together, Yvonne and I do most things, so it's quite incredible that people actually, I think it's about standing out, making something a little bit different, Yvonne does an amazing job of explaining. Yeah, you stand out, Chris, we know. I won't say what Marty says, okay?
I think it's the
Yvonne,
artist in us, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
we're very arty.
Yvonne, does arty, and I was a florist for many years, so I've done a lot of interior decorating and things like that. So it's about putting colors and, I don't know, just creating. Yeah, so that's why, Willow, we're just creative people, I suppose. But the wording that Yvonne puts together for her presentation is really outstanding. It really helps people to understand the perspective of OnPassive and what it can do to help change people's lives. So thanks again, Yvonne. It was really amazing.
This is all going to come in handy even after the launch, because we're still going to have resellers coming in. You're just going to change a couple words, right? I mean, we just won't say founder.
Yeah.
But color and how you word things is as important as what sentence you might write, especially in marketing or sharing something, what stands out. I had some guy write this big, beautiful email, but his subject line, you wouldn't open it. I said, that's what they see first is what matters. You know, like you got to write something that says, this may not be for you. Well, boom, they're going to open it. Okay. Don't open this, whatever. But you got those kind of things are a big deal. When I watched that first slide, I went, wow, these colors are awesome. And the reading was easy because of the way you did the colors. I've seen some of them, they come out and, yeah, I don't know, you can't even say what it is. It's not that good. But you, with this one, man, when it came out, it really popped. I told Chris as soon as I saw it, wow, these slides are amazing. Very good. And Yvonne did a great job anyway, but she didn't seem nervous at all to me.
Okay.
I get nervous doing lives.
Now, I'm
No,
gonna
no,
tell
I
you.
don't. No, I don't. Just kidding.
No.
Go ahead.
Marty, I mean,
Goodness sake.
Narelle, now, you know, I love how much we all love Bill Musk, but you and Yvonne designed that all by yourselves, didn't you?
That's correct. We did the PowerPoint and
See that?
Yvonne added in her little touch. It really isn't that hard, but it just takes a lot of time. You know what I mean? Because creating takes time. One of the things, thank you. Thank you, Sherry. One of the things I find with a lot of other slides, and I'm not picking on them, is you put too much information on a slide. One of the things you have to learn when you're presenting is to either have notes, you know, or have those points where you can actually pick from them and then expand on them. That's what we've tried to do, is not jam them full of stuff that people want to read. It's very precise. It's to the point. We expand on them, as you saw Yvonne doing. She expanded on some of those slides. And I think that's what makes the presentation more inviting to listen to. And people can read along if they want, but they know that, you know, it's being expanded on because they can't read the words that are being spoken. So I think that's just a little tip from me, that too much information is just, it does people's head in when they have to read it all, or they don't keep up, or they think they should keep up with what's being read. And yeah, it gets confusing. So.
No, 100%. Listen, most people are not as excited about OnPassive as we are. Why? They don't even know what we're talking about. So
Absolutely.
if you try to give them too much, you sound like Jojo the idiot circus monkey, right? You're going blah 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 blah, blah, and they say, I don't want to hear this.
Yeah.
Bullet points get people. If you get them for 8 seconds, then you can get them for 10 minutes. You get them for 10 minutes. You can get them for 20 minutes. It's a step. That's why hardly anybody gets in the first time they see it. They watch it. They go home. I always send them the video. Man, that's been working so good, by the way. Whoever's doing presentations, ask them if they want to record it, because when you send it to them, now at night, the kids are asleep, they don't have a shorty running around. It gives them a chance to look at it in their spare time. There's no pressure. So then they're looking at it going, oh, well, I didn't catch that when I watched it the first time. And it takes you 2 seconds to send it to them. And then they'll get back in. It's really working well to do that. Much better than waiting for all the questions to come in. Because some people have questions and they won't ask it. You know that. Some people are scared to say anything, but they do have a question. But send it to them. And like you said, those little bullet points, if you get them clear and not too much on one page, because there's only every other word somebody's going to really catch and go, oh, I like that. Maybe it's not the same word that caught you, but for them, it'll be a different one. But yeah, a very good job. I think if you keep showing that, people are going to definitely get in, I believe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I will promote Narelle, Yvonne, and Kenton from New Zealand. The 2 girls are from Australia, have started their own. They're taking off on their own to help build Australia even bigger. So they're still part of Team Australia, but now they decided they wanted to get together, and they call themselves the Aussie Girls and the Kiwi Guy, which is brand new. And the purpose of what they're doing is not to bring a bunch of founders on there. They had some, but to just bring guests. So now they can pinpoint those people. They get 3 or 4 guests. They're talking directly to those 3 or 4 guests rather than like, you know, I don't know what we got in here. We got a lot of people on here, but their target is just strictly to bring new people into it so they can give them all their attention. So it's a really great job. So I'm very proud of what they're doing. And everyone
you,
should think
Chris.
like that. You should all think like that. Just because you have or you're part of another team, there's no reason you can't break off like Julie and Milo. You all have the opportunity to present by yourself, or if you want to join up with someone, it's really a good thing to do. the more we expand, the bigger we get. That's just how it works. But my hat's off. Yeehaw to my Aussie girls for doing a great job. So
Thank you.
Thank
We
you,
just
Chris.
wanted to, sorry, Narelle.
No, you're right.
just
Go,
gonna-
you're on.
We just wanted to get different times in, so the whole of Asia could sort of jump on with us, because it's just too hard to get them in through the night all the time. So that's why we done it. Yeah, so we can
Yeah.
have different times
think,
and have Singapore and Malaysia and Indonesia and all those different times.
And I think that Yvonne is correct. It's the time frame. Not everybody can just come to one meeting during the week of a night time. Australia itself has 3 time zones, and then you include New Zealand. So, there's four basic time zones that we're covering. It does take in Singapore, Malaysia, and those countries. And we've had quite a few come on that have said, oh, this is fantastic because it suits our time. Now, they aren't Australian or New Zealand, but they're in Singapore, and they were sort of screaming out for somewhere to go. So the thing is also, even though Chris has said, we don't really want this about founders, what we're asking is, if you have people in Australia or New Zealand and you want them to come along to a meeting, a presentation, a Q&A, then please send them along. This is not just about Yvonne, myself and Kenton. We're just opening this up to those countries, because we've been trying for so long to get Australia and New Zealand off their bums to actually listen to what we have to say. So if you're a founder and you've got a friend, a relative, whatever, a neighbor that you used to live next to, then send them over to us. It's called OnPassive Aussie Girls, AUSSIE Girls, and a Kiwi guy. And we're on, we have a Facebook like page there. Absolutely welcome to come and like our page, keep updated with what's happening. You yourself as founders are also welcome to come across and have a look at that. Like I said, Yvonne and I just stepped up, and Kenton, and just said, hey, we need to do more. Australia is a very big country. We're 25.8 million, a big island out in the middle of the ocean. So please support us. Please send anybody to us. We will help and guide them. We will answer their questions for you. So, yeah, that's all I have to say now. Thank you.
wow, very good, ladies. All right, let's get down to business here. First of all, because we only did one last week, it's time to do our first stretch, roll our necks. Come on, let's see. I'm going to pick David Switzer. Would you like to do the exercise program tonight? If you don't want to, that's fine. Would you like to give us a little 10-second? Turn your mic on. Turn your mic on, David. Give us a little, tell us a loosen up thing. What do you want us to do?
Oh,
I can't see it now.
Now, everybody stretch, take their arms up over their head. Go back
Come on,
and forth.
DeGarmo.
Do the boogie woogie. Swing your arms.
oh.
Put a big smile on your face.
Hey.
DeGarmo.
Lift your legs up and down.
Oh, goodness.
Do the twists.
We can tell what era David's from.
Okay, I think that's good.
That was good, David. All right, David, that's your job the rest of the night. When you see us getting a little sleepy or a little tired, you got to jump up and say it's time. Is that a deal? David? All right, thumbs up. Okay. All right, as you know, myself and Narelle, we never prepare anything. That's really the truth. Last week we had maybe 30 seconds. I said, hey, let's try this. Let's try that. So what do you want to do, Narelle? I don't have a clue. I do have a clue,
Oh,
but I like the way you think. So what do you want to do?
Well, I got a quick joke, if people don't mind. I know you're probably sick of hearing Aussie jokes by now. So I brought up a couple of internet jokes. So it says, how do trees get on the internet? They log in, of course.
Well, there goes 10 people.
Okay, you have to remember I'm a real blonde. Okay, so what I see is funny may not be funny to many others. But yeah, we spoke about, Chris, do you just want to sort of let people know what we did say last week about what their homework was? If you can just explain that quick, then I can expand on that.
In other words, Narelle forgot the assignment too. No. All right, here was the
It
assignment.
was 3 things.
Yeah, if you guys understand, I would say most of you on webinars all day long, like myself, DeGarmo, many of you, Lynn, I see all of you. David's on just about everyone. So when you go to these different webinars, which they're all great, sometimes people answer questions differently. So the homework assignment was to try to get at least 3 questions that were answered differently on different webinars and bring them up to us so we can fix that issue and get all on the same page. So has anyone, I know we're all a little older. Well, some of us are a lot older, DeGarmo, but if anyone went to a webinar and you heard a question maybe you thought wasn't answered properly, raise your hand. Let's hear what it is. You don't have to tell, no one's in trouble. We're just trying to keep everyone on the same page. So I'm going to pick, because I'm going to say Lynn Nakamoto because she's on quite a bit. Have you ever heard a different answer, Lynn? I always pick on her. That's right. Her computer's done.
Yeah, I heard one was that prior to the soft launch, the date stamp is the date that you registered, not the date that you paid, the date that you registered. But starting from the soft launch and on, the date will be the actual date that you paid. Is that right?
That's a fantastic question, Lynn, because I see that all the time and I hear it all the time, especially about, I've even said myself, the day that you get in, the day that you sign without paying, you are date stamped from that date. Now, I would like to have a bit of clarity on that as well, Marty, just to make sure that all of our founders or guests here, not quite sure who's here, but definitely around, if you get in and sign, just actually register, are you then date stamped from that time or only when you pay?
Well, we know how it is now. If somebody signs up 6 months ago and they pay today, they go back 6 months.
Yeah.
If we go to soft launch and you look and you have older pending, all your pending are there, it's going to be the same as it is now. The only difference will be if he does raise the price, which it doesn't look like he's going to, no difference. If they get in, they pay now, they get that the months back or whenever they came in as a pending balance.
Sorry.
The only way I would see it being different is if he says soft launch and you see that all the pending are wiped out up to that date, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it'll be that way until hard launch. That's what I believe. If you're asking me, I don't know of any other way. I've heard different ways, but I don't see how it could be that way because I have 900 pending. I mean, there's no way they got to be given a chance.
So Marty, so it's going to stay at 97 through soft launch?
Well, Ashley Farah had said, one time he had said to me, it was going to be 147 originally.
Right.
And then he said, no, I don't know. Then he came back, we were talking about something because you were thinking about raising it to 200. I said, okay. I didn't have the input anyway. I was just listening like a parrot, right? So, well, he asked me and I said, I don't know. I think the company's worth more than 97 to begin with, because when they came out with 97, we were just a marketing platform. But anyway, and then the last time he came out, he had discussions with his tech team, and I believe he's leaning more towards not changing the price and paying the bonus out of the 97.
Oh.
Wow.
So that's the last thing I heard.
Wow.
Yeah, which would be pretty cool. In other words, if they bring people in during soft launch, instead of them getting the 97 and everything over that being divvied up for bonuses, the bonuses will come right out of the 97. That's the last thing he said. But even then, he wasn't 100%. It's a lot of this stuff's up in the air. It's like the 250. Ash, believe it or not, Ash is the one that wants to be 250 for the product package. Stay at 250, whatever he can do. that price, he has nothing to do with it. Let me tell you why. He has to factor in, what does it cost to run X amount of people, which are tech team? What's it cost to run the buildings? What's it cost to put money, X amount of dollars towards R&D, research and development? And then what's left, we're gonna pay out to the people. So he's got to find out what the cost of running the business is before he can tell us. But I know that soft launch was a much bigger deal in his head 6 months ago than it is now. If he can zoom right to soft launch, he's going to. The quicker the better. I would not be surprised if it's, I mean, it could go 3 months, 90 days, but I think if it was up to him, and when I say up to him, I know he's the CEO, but when you've got a company this big, other factors come in that decide the time frame, not Ashby-Farah. Ashby-Farah would love to launch today, but it's huge. But when it's ready and he does it, I think this soft launch thing is not a big a factor to him as the launch itself, which is great for me. It's fine with me. Because most people, you're not going to make a fortune in soft launch anyway, unless you got an enormous team that they feed off of. But I wouldn't worry about that. But I think he wants to, instead of jumbling up with different numbers and $200 for soft launch, I think he's leaning towards 97 and soft launch as quick as possible. Make sure the merchant accounts work. Make sure everybody can get paid easy. Once they find out, boom, they're going to go into hard launch. I think that's the plan. That's what he sounds like he's leaning towards. But
It
this
sounds,
company is very fluid. Okay, so that's the problem with, we've got half the people in this company weren't given, I don't want to say weren't told the truth, but they weren't told the truth. Soft launch is a bumpy road. There's potholes. There's bad things that happen. You can't put up deadlines. You can't. They have deadlines. I guarantee. Ash tells his people, I want to get this done by here. How long will it take? And he gives them what they want, and they go for that deadline. That doesn't mean everything works out. It's digital. It doesn't work out. We all know that. And he's a perfectionist, so it's going to be the best of the best by the time we get it. But yeah, he wants to launch this quicker than anybody else, guaranteed. But there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. You remember the last time before Ash got sick, he said he had like 8 or 9 things already, like the 27th of last month. And then there were a few stragglers into July. We're in August. By the end of August, it was supposed to be the domains, or September. You know, a lot of stuff's ready. It's got to be close to being ready. The company didn't shut down while he was sick. I'm sure they worked even harder to prove that they could do a good job while he's not feeling well. So I'm expecting a lot of news right in a row. Boom, 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 boom. As soon as he comes out, maybe next week. But yeah, a lot of things are moving. If somebody says something to you and it doesn't sound, another thing, I've seen telegrams, tell her this, tell her that, things flying around, this is happening, that's happening. If you don't hear it from Ash, it's not true.
Right.
Just take it easy. It's not true. They might be guessing and get it right, but it's not true until Ashby-Farah says it. It'll make it a lot easier for everybody else, because I hear stuff, I see notes from people, I hear from certain groups, oh, this is happening. Well, I don't think so. It doesn't mean it's not true. Eventually it's going to be true, but just don't jump the gun every time somebody says something. Ash will tell us. Nobody's going to be left behind. It's not going to be, oh my God, I didn't know it launched yesterday. Trust me, everyone's going to know it launched unless you're under a rock somewhere. We're all going to know what's going on. We're all going to have time to do what we need to do. And then this thing about, am I going to get a grace period to get money together? This is true. You're on a grace period right now. Try to work towards getting the money now. Your grace period doesn't start when he says soft launch is Sunday. Grace period starts now. Do what you can now to get the funds together for your accounts. Don't wait till the last minute. Doesn't make sense. People got to remember, you got to pay to get the engine started. It's the key to this train, as Chris always says, because sometimes he's 100% right, by the way. But anyway, yeah, so don't believe everything you hear. Don't jump every time somebody says jump. if we hear it, we'll hear it. And I got a big mouth. I will say it, okay? It's not like I'm gonna let it, hey, there's gonna be a big announcement. Hey, Ash is gonna be here. Ash is gonna, I usually find out as quick as anyone else. Maybe not before everybody, but as quick as anybody. If I hear it, I would say it. And if you come to me and say, did you hear this? I'm going, no. It doesn't mean it's not true, but who cares? Wait for Ash to say it. I know a lot of people are getting, I get instant messages, emails, and is it true we're soft launching next week? And this, no, it's not true. Eventually it's gonna be true, yeah, because people say it every week, but wait till Ash does it to make it clear.
So agree with that, Marty. I am 100% with you. I think it boils back to the whole, people see things, perception. You get 20 people in a room, somebody gets shot, they all see it differently or how it happened differently. The thing is the same as with OnPassive. You're always going to get those people who see things differently. If they're not plugged in, if they're not coming along to webinars and things like that, they're taking it on their own perception of what they heard, or somebody else down the street, or my founder in wherever told me. Always go back to the source. Like Marty said, if it hasn't come out of Marty's mouth, Chris's mouth, those people that you trust in leadership council, then and above and beyond, but out of Ash's mouth, then don't presume that it's going to be true. We are all human. We all make mistakes, and you see it out there when you see posts and things like that. You think, my gosh, what is this person seeing? Have I missed something? So people put people into a panic in a sense. So thank you, Marty, for really opening that up and explaining it. If you don't really understand it, plug in, go into your back office, go to webinars, and ask the question first before you go blurting it out there. So I see.
I made the mistake. We all do it, but let me tell you something, Cedric. I'm gonna give me 1 second. I'm gonna call you up because I know you're old and your hands tired of hanging up there. But anyway, listen. There was a thing going around this week about some kind of certification in India, or I don't remember what it was. I only read it, and I did answer. I had a lot of people from India, Bangladesh saying, "Chris, is this true?" And I said, I didn't hear Ash Mafar say it, but to be honest, that doesn't mean anything to me. All right. The only thing that matters to me is when Ash Mafar comes out and says, hey, Founder Site's ready. Guys, we're going into soft launch. That's really all I care about. All the rest of the stuff I ignore because I don't think it has any importance to me or the founders. If they did certify something, Ash Mafar will come out next week and I'm sure he'll tell us about it. But don't let that stuff throw you off, man. Just think of the big picture here. All right. There's a lot of I's that have to be dotted and a lot of T's that got to be crossed. Does that affect you? No, that's Ash Mafar's worries and his staff's job to do that. So don't let that little stuff bother you. All right, Cedric, you old dog, come on out, bark at me.
All this mainly for Marty, but if I got you straight, so nobody gonna lose what I'm talking about. Nobody gonna lose stamp date, right? Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
I suppose, Cedric, there was that time, Marty, if you can expand on that. Remember last year that some of those pending founders were taken off, and if you want to take them over. Now, I'm not quite sure whether we have any guests here tonight, Chris, whether we go any more forward with that type of question. Yeah.
Go ahead, talk about it. Ain't no big deal. They're not gonna know what that is anyway. I don't think we have any guests on here, but go ahead. You can talk about that.
Yeah. So, Marty, last year it was said that the pending founders were taken off up until a certain month in 2020, whether it was December or whatever, and people would have had those positions fall off if they were unpaid. So I suppose it's just expanding on that. I'm not quite sure if that's what Cedric's saying, because he's saying so no one will lose their pending founders, but I thought that that's what happened. You could either take those over yourself or...
Well, there was a point there you could take them over or you could buy them. Yeah, take them over to pay for them or sell them to somebody else. What's going to happen when this happens? I got to watch how I say it. when Ash is ready, whether at the hard launch, they'll be sucked away. They'll be taken away and it'll be all redone. Now, here's what I would do. If you have a list of pending founders, you can go in and download them, I think. I would download them, their name and email. And the reason is when they get purged out, their emails will be deleted from the system. So when it goes to soft launch, hard launch, these are now potential customers again, right? You can send them an email and it's not like they'll come back and say, oh, your email's already in the system. And they're new again. So I wouldn't let them go. Now the chance of them doing anything after is probably pretty slim, but it's still a chance. So I would download or at least get all the emails and the names now, if you can. I did it. I do it all the time. And then have them ready for after launch, because I'll tell you why. Some of those pending founders will get into ONET for free. And if they get into ONET for free, they're under you for life. 6 months down the road, they decide I like OTracker, or I like ONET, or I like, because remember, some of these products that we're looking at now, we don't really know all the depth of what they'll do and how they work. 6 months from now, we will know. And the world will know, and it'll be said, people will slowly get educated on what OnPassive has. So if you have 500 people that came in a ONET, for example, like a place to go besides Facebook, and they start seeing these things and they go, hey, that's pretty cool. I want to get that. I use that anyway. They click on it and they pay. You just got to raise that day or that second. And that can happen by the thousands. So I wouldn't let these people go. Now, this is my personal opinion, what I'm telling you now. I don't know for a fact. If Ash asked me, I would hope that he can wipe them out, but I would hope that if he's wiping them out, wipe them out, but we collect the names and the emails to use them again. Because I would hate the idea that these people try to come back in and they can't because their emails are blocked because they've already used them before. If you're going to erase them, but let us have them so we can start from scratch. Because a lot of free versions in OnPassive, people are going to come in and test it out, and they're going to find out it's not quite enough of what they want, and they're going to pay the difference. I guarantee it. A lot of things have a free version. Zoom has a free version, and they made $139 billion last year. People will upgrade. But keep in mind, because the package is $250 or somewhere around that, you're going to have a lot of customers that switch over to reseller. Guaranteed. Thousands and thousands. But yeah, we'll know that for a fact. If I know something, I'll say I know it. If I don't, I said this is my opinion. This is my opinion. They will be wiped out. And I would collect their names and emails now if you have them. And if you do want to sell them or you want to buy them, you can buy old positions over 6 months. You could buy old positions less than 6 months, but there's a way to do it. Get a hold of me and I'll tell you how to do it.
Oh boy, don't do that because it'll be late every single day for the rest of the year. Don't do that.
No, I'll be late, but I'll be doing something for you. Okay.
Yeah. Marty does do a lot for us. He knows I know that, and I respect him, even though he's a bonehead. But anyway, what Marty brings up a lot of good points, and this is something I've done since I started OnPassive. Even my naysayers, even the guys that are trying to sell you crypto, find a way to get their email. Ask, hey man, give me your email. I want you to send me some stuff about this. Get their email, because every one of those guys are going to want these tools. So it's not a bad idea. You're going to get, every one of us get pounded with the crypto or the Vortex and all that stuff coming at you. Trick them. Say, hey man, I'm interested. Here's my email. Send me what you got. He's got your email. You got his email. You start compiling a list. When OnPassive launches it, I'm getting excited about this because it's making me go crazy. You're going to send him, hey man, this company launched. You ready for the greatest tools you ever see to blow up your crypto, to blow up your Vortex? That's really how you got to look at this now. Okay. We've all done the same thing. Routine. presentation Q&A, presentation Q&A. Start strategizing for, believe it or not, after launch. Strategize that for you. Even though the company's gonna be working their tail end off for you, it ain't gonna hurt to add another couple 100,000 people to your team by your efforts, if you think about it. And I bet you I get 60, 70 people a week trying to get me to do crypto or Vortex or the other stuff. So trick them, put it back in them, but you're really doing them a favor. Give them, hey man, listen, can you send this to me? Here's my email, because you're going to get their email. And now you got it. Log them in, save them, and bada boom, you're going to have one heck of a list when we go to launch. And they're going to see it. Ain't no one not going to see OnPassive, because it's going to be in front of everybody. And all these crypto people are going to say, good God, let's do this. And boom. I mean, the potential of getting customers after launch is a lot bigger than it was before launch. I can really honestly say that. It's going to be huge. Every person that denied us, every person that tried to sell us Vortex, every person that just was afraid are going to jump on this like it's a little red wagon. And we're going to be driving that wagon around the neighborhood. People will be jumping in. They want in. They want in. Why? Because they're going to make money. They're going to get paid. And a lot of people ain't making money and getting paid right now. So take advantage of those those naysayers and those people that drive us crazy. All right, I'm talking. Joyce Hicks, Michigan. Go ahead.
Can I just, sorry, Chris, just before you go, Joyce, I just wanted to make sure that Cedric's question was answered and if he was happy with what was said. Cedric, you happy with that?
Yeah, I probably should. Well, Marty know what it is. The guy he had signed up in March, he still ain't, he did that.
I'll take care of it. You're gonna be okay no matter what. You know why? Because you're Cedric Flowers, just so you know.
He asked me today, did I make any progress? So that's why I asked. So, because he should have been in.
Yeah, no, he should have been in. The problem is that part of it, Cedric, between me and you, is more of an ask thing to do. And he's been out of commission, so just give me another day or so.
Yeah, okay. I just didn't want to lose that. He didn't want to lose that date.
He's not gonna lose
If
that
he
date.
loses that date, we'll give him a better one, okay?
Yeah.
He's not gonna lose it.
He paid with Cash App, right, Cedric?
Go ahead and take your time then. As long as he don't lose that date, whenever you're ready.
That date, he paid with Cash App, if I remember right?
Yeah.
He's got it. He's already in the system. We just got to get him out to him.
Yeah.
He'll be okay, Cedric. He'll be okay.
Okay, as long as he cool. All right, I'm good.
Thanks,
Peace.
Cedric. Now you can call Joyce.
Thank you, Narelle. Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Great job, Yvonne. Awesome. That was wonderful. You were so calm and cool, and you stayed together when the phone rang, and you presented very well. I love your brilliant colors, and the presentation was awesome. So you did a great job. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Hi, Cedric, Marty, everybody. Hello, everyone. Chris, I just had a question. You said get the emails, and you said plug them in. Where are we plugging them in? Are we keeping them ourselves, or are we plugging them into on the Go Founders website somewhere?
Just save their emails. Make a list of them.
Okay.
Save
An
them.
Excel spreadsheet or Excel spreadsheet, Word doc, just save their emails so that when it comes to time, you've got those list of emails saved. I think that's what Chris was saying.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
Because also, Joyce, OnPassive is going to have an email blaster where you can put hundreds and hundreds of emails in and send something out all at one time, right?
Okay.
And maybe if there's a, I don't know if they'll have that or not, so I don't want to say it, but if they have a code you can put in, they'll actually put their first name in automatically, like Weber does. And then you can send them a, whatever we come up with. But I mean, I think if we were, I keep saying we want to have a strategy of how to build the free products as quickly as possible for everybody here, because I think it's going to be a big deal. So if we have an idea, we can all do it. If we all have a few hundred emails, we could bring in a couple thousand people ourselves in a day. So, but that'll be fun. I mean, it'll be fun. Once we see how everything works and you have those emails ready, look, you get spammed every day, right, Joyce? We all do.
Right.
A pretty lady like you get hit every day, instant message. I know that. No, I mean, I know on Facebook, it's my gosh, they attack women. Geez. I went in and put female instead of male. The guy's saying you're hot, right? I said, man, did you look at my picture? What do you mean I'm hot? Hot like desert or hot like 10? What a blockhead. But anyway, no, but you collect those, like he said, put them on a spreadsheet. So when it's ready, you could probably download them into this email blaster and we could have a lot of fun. Just going after people and getting them in and seeing the people coming in by the thousands. I think it'd be fun.
Okay, that sounds great. Even a strategy, that sounds great of, getting things
Yeah.
together would be
Perfect.
excellent. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
I think we need a strategy. I say this a lot because we're getting towards the launch part of it. And if people go into Facebook and say the wrong thing, we're all gonna get kicked out
Yes.
like dominoes. They hit one, they'll hit us all. I'm telling you right now. Right now, they don't know and they're too arrogant to care because they're the big boy on the block. But when they start feeling pressure and they're seeing numbers fall, you don't need every number, but if we all got 50 people out, all of us, that's a billion people, easy in a very short amount because they're doing what you did. So you start multiplying, you're leveraging what you did. So that's what I want to do. I want to set up a strategy. Well, on Monday, we're going to send this to all of our people. On Wednesday, we're going to get together and see what results we got. On Friday, we're going to send this. And then on Monday, we're all going to be kicked out of Facebook. But that's okay because we did what we were supposed to do.
Can I just make a suggestion there as well as far as Facebook goes? If you want to, do a strategy or save these emails or get people's emails, most of the time people will put up their email in their information. So it means that you can actually go and write that down, copy and paste it, put it on your Word doc or in your Excel spreadsheet, so that's just another way of being able to get them without anybody knowing that you've got them. They have them in their information, particularly if they're in business and things like that, they always have an email address in there. So that's just another way of being able to grab some information without anybody knowing about it, in a sense. Okay, Lynn, Lynn, Listra Toch. See how I got that?
Ask Chris back. Ask Chris.
Yeah, I know. That's why he didn't say your name. That's why he didn't call you forward, Listra.
Pointed at you, Morel. You say it. I'm not even trying it today. Not happening.
Anyway, I love that idea of saving the emails because, oh my gosh, I would get tons of them. As I explained the other night, they're driving me crazy still. So now that I know that I can do that, I'm going to do it. It's incredible, the people that come to you. I am even receiving calls, telephone calls, first thing in the morning. So yeah, I would put down all those emails and save all of them. Great idea.
Just think
Thank
about
you.
all the people, Lister, just think about all the people that are driving you crazy now are going to make you very successful in the near future.
That's why I'm so happy now. I wish I had heard that before, Marty. You should have told me that before, Marty.
See? Hey, it just popped in my head. I thought I'd just say it, try it out. It was working pretty good though, isn't it?
Well, yeah. It sounds great. It sounds great.
No, I've really always done that. At first I was a little angry why people didn't see the vision like most people get of us. And I'm thinking, you know what? Leave them alone. Just get their emails, man. Just get their emails, write them down, save them, do whatever it takes, put them in a secret book. Like I said, when we launch, it's going to be, you guys understand, it's going to be a huge explosion. I mean,
okay, Facebook, watch out. Here I come.
Yeah. But just remember, those people that are driving you nuts now are going to make you very successful. Keep a word on that one.
I think also, Listra, if you get emails and you get spammy, scammy type emails, or even those that just come through to your actual email, take the email address down. These people are screaming out to try and get people to join their whatever. They're not all scams. some of them you've liked, or you've liked a page, or they've got your information somehow through email because you subscribed to something 10 years ago, but you can't remember what it is, but you're still getting the email for it, and you're too scared to go, oh, I think I'll unsubscribe. Oh no, maybe I might still need that. Take their emails. These are all businesses, and they're all screaming out to get people into their business. So just think how much you can get through that, even the emails, as well as Facebook. So there are things out there that you can be doing while you're waiting, you know, because everybody's waiting, but nobody's, you know, doing those sort of things. So I think there are a
Love
couple
the
of
idea.
today. Yeah.
Thank you,
So,
guys.
thank you. Okay, Judy, Alice, Oliver, I think was first, and Jake, then you'll be after that, and Willow. So Judy, if you'd like to show us your picture, or
No, I have no
on here?
pictures tonight, thank you.
Okay.
Still in my
That's
jammies.
okay.
Anyway, my question is, I had an art gallery and I had a lot of emails. So I would do a blast on constant contact. And every once in a while, I'd get a lot of spams. And then eventually constant contact knocked me off. So I'm just wondering, are we going to have any issues with that? I mean, the people say that they never gave me their email, but in fact they did. They wrote it on, you know, a book that I had in the art gallery. So they just didn't want to hear my information. But are we going to have that with OnPassive? Are they going to be censoring that way?
That's actually a good question. I don't have an answer for you, but I'm not sure. If I don't have the answer, I'm not going to say a lie. So I don't know. Does anybody have an idea on that?
I think if you're talking like sending emails out, like bulk emailing and things like that.
Yes.
I don't really know about that one either. And I'm not quite sure whether we have that information fully yet, Judy, or whether Marty is still here, whether he can explain, because I really just don't think we have that background information fully, that, like Chris said, for us to sort of say something and then give you the wrong information. So perhaps if Marty is still here, or
Mail, something with mail, I can remember that, but I don't want to give you an answer I don't know about. But I'll definitely find out. But some of the questions here are after the fact, and what we're supposed to know, we really don't know. So if you paid attention,
Judy, keep that message written down, you know, keep your question written down, because as soon as we can, or send it through to Chris and I via a private message. If we can get any more information, we'll certainly share it, or share it on our next show. But yeah, keep the question, because it is a good one, and we all need to know that. But right now, I don't think we have the background information 100% to be able to share that. So
okay, no problem.
Thank you for the question. Very good question.
Okay.
Hold on. I might have an answer for you a second. Hold on. Okay. Let me tell her. Okay. She can hear me.
I can hear you.
I know you can hear me. I'm trying to think of someone's on here that's texting me that they can help.
Oh.
Hey, can you come on here if you're on here? I don't know that she's on here. Hey, go to the next person, Yvonne. I'm going to wait. Well, maybe we can get an answer for her here.
Hi, Chris. Is it
there
you
you
speaking
are.
to me?
Robin?
Yeah.
Yes, Robin. I'm speaking to you.
Hey, Robin.
Hi, Norel. Hello, everybody. Just from my experience in the past and what I've heard over the couple of emails as things, things were being discussed, emails will always have the unsubscribe option. So that is part of the email. That is part of something that individuals have been able to unsubscribe if they feel they've done something that they didn't want to do. So I'm sure at the very least that be included in what we have.
It's a legality, Robin.
Somebody
It's a
has
legality.
received something, honestly, in error.
Yeah, it is a legality
So
to have.
if a message has been exactly,
and I
so
don't mind if they
more
unsubscribe.
up to date.
Yeah, I don't mind if they unsubscribe. It's
Right,
just
and people will have that
contact
choice.
kicked me off. In other words, when enough people either said it was spam or unsubscribed, then they questioned it and actually cut my service.
Judy, I did admin for an Australian company for a couple of years, and what I found was that they would send the most nastiest messages via email, going, "Get me off of this list. I didn't want this. Rah, 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 you know, this is spam. This is scam. Whatever." But the fact is, it is illegal. It has to be legal to have an unsubscribe button. The thing is, they won't go looking for it. They're too lazy. They would rather send a nasty message than they would to unscribe from something that they don't want to be involved in. So it's just going to happen. There are some people out there who are just not happy within their own lives or themselves, and they have to try and bring others down around them. So don't be too concerned about that. It does happen out there to a lot of people, particularly if you're adminning and you know what's coming in. But they would rather send a nasty message. And if you just tell them to unsubscribe, then, you know, I used to reply back, and not bluntly, but just say, please unsubscribe with the unsubscribe button on the thing, you know. But it will happen, but we will try and get a better answer for you if there's anything out there for, you know, the bulk emails and stuff like that.
There is.
Thank you, Robin.
There is a gentleman in the chat named Preston Biggs. He had said emails can only be used for the purpose they signed up for. If they signed up for an art gallery page, you can't contact them about a business offer, FTC rules. So sounds like we have a person in here who knows a little bit about that. Preston, if you want to come out and talk about it a little bit, I'm sure a lot of people would like to know, but if you're saying it can't be done for that situation, that's good enough for me, because it sounds like you know what you're talking about. As far as what OnPassive does, no clue on that.
I think it would be like cross promoting. You know, if you had, like Judy had people sign and put their email into her art gallery book, and then she went and sold them or sent emails to do with skincare or something like that. It's almost like a cross. They didn't sign for that. They didn't subscribe for that. I'm not saying that's what you've done, Judy, but what Preston is saying is sort of right. There's got to be some legalities around how you contact people or what about. So
okay, that sounds right.
Yeah. So that probably answered just a fraction of it, Judy, but if any more information comes out, then like I said, keep your question, and maybe next time if Marty's still on, then he might be able to answer it a little bit better for us.
Okay.
So if you're happy with that, we'll go on to our next hand up, and that is Jake Fish. Lovely name, Jake Fish.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Really enjoy the presentation. The colors really popped. I've been a professional photographer for like 38 years, and I have a lot of artwork, and I'm going off point a little bit, but I have an understanding that there's also a photo editor in OnPassive, if I'm not incorrect. Kind of like Photoshop.
Absolutely, yeah. I do believe that that's going to be a part of, yeah. It's like the same as, sorry?
I think that is ODIT.
ODIT, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to think what category it fitted into, because I know there's going to be places, you know how you do Canva or you do those posts and things like that where you can edit. But there would be something I would think more on a professional line for your editing of your photographs. Yeah. It might not be in one of the first ones, sorry.
Capture.
Capture. Yeah. It may not be in those first first ones released, but it's definitely there. I'm sure I've read it in the have you had a look in the website for OCapture or ODIT?
Well, I thought I saw it on the website. I just didn't know how in depth it was going to be. If it was going to rival Photoshop, because
I reckon it'll be
Photoshop for photographers.
We're going to rival
dearly.
Yeah, Jake, we're going to rival just about everybody. But as far as the depth of these programs, we haven't seen them yet. We've only seen parts of them.
I know.
So,
but I mean, for $250, just that one product alone.
Now that's the question.
Photoshop costs thousands.
Yeah,
that's a good.
That
point.
One product alone, and also somebody has seen my work. I've been published worldwide, and I did Dick Marcinko Rogue Warrior book covers about the Navy SEALs and everything. And they asked me if I knew about NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which is artists sell their artwork, and it's weird, but the cat that has the rainbow going out its butt, I think that auctioned off at I think $3 million, I think, at Christie's. I mean, there's no end to what we could do with this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Jake.
Hey,
Wow.
Jake, that's all you had to say right there, those last few words.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
And congratulations you for being out there, like for what you do in the world and, for your artwork and things like that. That's amazing because it's hard to get out there to be known to the world, so.
What else?
Well, I'm mainly known as a speed skier for Team USA, but I need to be able to afford to compete and worldwide. And I want to help people. That's where the Oblast. I'm really into the Oblast.
Beautiful.
And that's all I've got.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Jake.
Yeah. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate your input today because it's really important for people to hear that. There's a, photographer artist that is going to benefit so much from just that one out-of-pocket payment of $250 or thereabouts. So how much more is it going to do for so many out there? Bruce Springsteen. Oh no, sorry, Gerstein. You're going to sing us a song.
But can you sing like him?
In the USA.
Oh no, Bruce.
Oh, God.
What have you got
for
us, Bruce?
You were fantastic tonight, Yvonne. You were like brilliant. You were engaging, and the colors were fantastic. And like many people have said, it's the best presentation I've seen. It almost rivals red. So that's amazing. But when it comes to what you were talking about in the past conversation, and you're wonderful to look at, your clothing is beautiful and all that stuff. And a great smile. You're a very good presenter, great, brilliant presenter. But as far as, there are a lot of people who are influencers online, as everybody knows. And influencers become influencers because they're doing something, whether they're blogging and people are interested in what they're talking about, but they also have product. And then they start building up their trust in people, and they then engage them with the products they have. So it's not like you can only talk about one thing and then bring people into something else. It's just that you have to have a way of doing it. I know me, I get a lot of things from crypto guys. I get a lot of things from people who are affiliate marketers, and they constantly are sending me not only emails, they send me texts too. So not only do I have their emails, I have their actual phone text addresses too. So if I realized that before, I would never erase a lot of them, because sometimes I want to just say, leave me alone. But why not start engaging them as soon as we're in pre-launch to let them know what's going on, so they can go do better themselves too. Because sooner or later, everybody's going to hear about OnPassive, and sooner or later, a majority of people in this world are going to be using OnPassive because the prices are so cheaper, and the bulk of the amount of traffic that we have will be enormous compared to any other company that's out there. I don't care if you're in a nutritional company that's worth $1 billion, or if you're in another software company worth $1 billion, you're still going to make a hell of a lot more money in OnPassive if you're a founder now. And it'd be nice if we could have more people who are. I have people in Australia, and I keep trying to get them to get a hold of you guys. So I'm going to see if I can get them to maybe text you or something and friend them on.
Thanks, Bruce. Yeah, thank you. Just send us a private message, Yvonne or myself, and we can get in contact with them over here. You know, the time difference sometimes can be a little bit of a pain, but certainly, you know, we'll get them into our like page and get them along to our meetings.
When's in Queensland, like,
I'm in Queensland. Yeah.
yeah. I
So,
think
yeah. So all they need to do is, or you send me a message. I think you might have sent me one a little while ago, but please, if you could resend that to me, and I'll definitely be in contact with them. So thanks for your share today. We love and appreciate everyone who takes the time out to actually come onto our webinar, because I think you get some gold nuggets, you know, two things that are explained here. So I see Harry, and I know, Chris, Harry's your best buddy from another, what rhymes with buddy?
Ooh, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. He's my buddy from
Canada.
Muddy. Yeah, muddy.
Yeah, muddy water.
Muddy buddy.
Go ahead.
Muddy water. I kind of just covering back on the emails and all that. With the previous couple of companies I've been with, they're talking about if somebody sends you an offer for a business, that you have every right to return an email without considering it spam. So in other words, somebody says, okay, I got, I'm going to sell grapple grummets and you can make $1 million. I have the ability to now return a counter offer, which makes it legal. But because some will claim spam if you keep the emails that they sent you first. I know it might amount to a lot of emails, but if you keep the emails they sent first, and if they claim spam or something like this, you've got proof that they contacted you first for a business offer, and you have every right to reciprocate and offer them a business opportunity. That makes it legal. This is based on a couple of companies I've been with before.
Yeah. No, I think you're probably right there. It's, you know, if they contact you first, then they've made that
you have every right to contact them back.
That's correct. Yeah. So
maybe that was covered already. I'm not too sure. Or
I think that you know, keeping those emails or you know, keeping a list of them will be great, when the sense is they will be thanking you that you actually sent them some information, even you know, even if it's already launched. And not beforehand, and you send out information about what's happening, they're going to hear about OnPassive everywhere anyway. So they, you know, if your email's going out, even then they're going to go, oh, I saw that, you know, or this guy just sent me this information. You know, they're not going to worry about, oh, what was it, spam or scam, or, you know, like, did I actually subscribe or do something? Because most people have no idea what they subscribe to. People don't even know that they've subscribed to stuff. Because you click a box, or they do it so underhandedly, in a sense, or sneakingly, that you don't know what you've done. So just remember that, you know, they will know about OnPassive. So if you keep those emails, and even if you haven't sent them anything and do it after launch, then yeah, you're definitely going to get recognized, you know what I mean? Because people will see the name everywhere. So thanks, Harry. That's great information.
I want to answer, I don't mean to cut you off. There's something that a guy, I'm sorry, Janine wrote something pretty interesting if a lot of people don't know. She says, if you're using Gmail, you can set up your vacation. Whoops, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry.
You're going off.
Hey, is the cuckoo bird in the background appropriate or what?
Yeah, hold on. Oh, here it is.
I
This
like
is from
that.
Scotty. I apologize, Jeannie. I'll get back to you. Scotty says on the email question, you can also hit reply all, and it will go to all the recipients that sender sent to by BBC. So that's another good tip. Marty knows that one. I've heard him talk about that before. So guys, I like when you guys put stuff like that in the chat rooms, because it teaches everybody. And it also is a reminder to some of us that haven't thought about it in a long time. So I think that was good. What is Julie saying now? Set a message on an autoresponder when someone sent you an email. You automatically return an email to them with your autoresponder. Is that true, Marty? Or is Julie full of beans? She's full of beans? Okay, you're full of beans, Julie.
I think that's correct. I think you can set it up to have an autorespond to go back to them. What you want to put in there, you just have to be very careful with, you know, in what you're actually saying.
But I would go one step further. I would, if somebody wants to send you info, not on email, you already got their email if they send it to you. Just copy the email and you got it. But on somebody on Facebook that instant message you and wants to tell you about the next best Bitcoin thing or whatever, say send me the info to my email. Then you get their email, right? And you don't care about their info, but you care about their email. And don't do anything right away. Like save it until we have where you can blast them all out. Because you can send. I don't know if you still can, but you used to be able to send 500 emails in a shot in Gmail. I don't know if it's cut back now or not. But I used to send 500 a day using Gmail. And if you do BCC, they don't know they're getting the email separately. So they're getting it as if it was personal.
Yeah.
If you do CC, then they know who you send it to.
And you don't want everybody else having all those email addresses. So remember, you know, CC shows everybody who it's been emailed to. So don't use that one. But you're right, Marty, sorry.
Nope. Okay. William, you may have your hand up for a while. And it's a little after 10 o'clock. We're going to cut it off pretty close to 10:30 because I know it's late. A lot of you got to go to work. Some of you just want to go to bed. But William, can you raise your, and I do have, before we go toward the end, I'm going to let Julie's going to make an announcement about next week. But William, please raise your hand. I apologize, sir. I mean, lower your hand and speak.
Hello, hi.
Hello. Hi.
I have a question. You mentioned today at the start that there was homework to be done. Now, I'd like to know what that homework is. You said I failed. I have OnPassive. I am not going to fail. And you have to remember the first becomes last and the last becomes first. And Marty can verify that because he has my back.
William, you're not in trouble, but Chris put homework up for last week for this week. That's all.
And we started the webinar out. We got to one question and we went to a whole bunch of other things, but it was good because the whole bunch of other things has probably taught a lot of people. William, the homework assignment was for fun, but also for an educational purpose. Was you go to a lot of webinars. If you ever hear different answers for the same question, myself, Narelle, Yvonne, Marty, Kevin, Jay Wu, Pam, everyone on his panel. We want to know because we want to understand one answer to one question, not 4 different answers to one question. And this is where a lot of people are getting mixed up right now. So that was the homework. So this week, William, I'm putting the whole assignment on you. I want 10 answers, 10 questions, 10 answers. And if any of them differ in any way, you write them down and you're going to bring it up at the next week's meeting. How's that? That easy enough?
That's certainly not legit. I may not get 10, but I'll get some.
All right, shoot for 2 then.
I think 10's a little bit too much. I think Chris is overexcited.
I'm the teacher. I gotta push the students a little bit here.
Yeah, I like that
get.
clock back there. You're
You get what you can there, William, and we'd appreciate
I'm
that.
lucky if I can attend one webinar a day, and he's asking for 10.
Hey, you might get lucky. You might get lucky on one bad webinar. Who knows?
You are cuckoo.
He's farmer Chris. Hey.
You could fire me, William. Fire me right now. Go ahead, do it. I know it's going to make you feel good. Do it. Fire me.
And Marty is going to fire you. You're fired.
I think Marty had it right.
Thanks, William.
That cuckoo clock making you
David, I
cuckoo.
think you're David, I think you've got David Switzer. Did I hear music coming through? Something about come on, they're all falling asleep. It's your job.
Yeah, David. I think he fell asleep. David, where's the exercise program?
All right, stretched out.
Stretch
is
up.
he?
Come on, everybody. Let's
Where is he?
join. He's
Where-
there
oh,
in
there
the
he
yellow
is.
orange.
Come on.
Hanging for it like this.
We're waking everybody up when they want to go to sleep.
Garmo, will you just try a little bit? Come on. MD, you're Marty, if you don't
Are you
start.
calling for a
exercising-
doctor?
Yeah,
Are
if
you
you
calling
don't
for a
get an ex-
doctor?
if you don't start exercising, you're gonna need an MD. So let's go. Come on. 1, 2, 3.
You
I
are
know.
cuckoo, Chris.
It just wakes you up a little bit, that's all. So
Hey, I gave Marty a message, 4 or 5 messages using everyone's voice this morning. And all he replied was, there's something wrong with you, Chris.
He's right.
I did Bruce. I did William. I did
Your best one is Bill Musk. No
Bill
doubt
Musk.
about it.
Yeah, but I
Bill-
can't.
You got
I
Bill
can't do
down
that
to
one.
it.
I can't do
Bill's
Bill
down-
Musk yet.
No, but he's down to a T. I mean, I wouldn't even know it wasn't him.
I did Julie and I did Robin, and I left the same message on each one. Is we really don't want you to be late. Chris is right. You should be on time. So, and he was late, so it didn't work. But anyway, in my travels this week of my house, my kitchen, my bedroom, to the basement, back upstairs to the mom out in the back, I don't really get out that much. I did get to go to my mom's doctor's today, which I haven't driven my car in so long. I forgot how to drive. It was really, really funny, but I
Are you
think
saying
about a
you
lot of
got
things.
lost?
Yeah, the what?
Are you saying you got lost?
No, but it's been a long time. I've literally been locked in this house for 16 months. So, but anyway, I do a lot of thinking, especially between the hours of 1 and 6 o'clock in the morning. Usually when I'm talking to either Marty, Robin, Julie, Jim, I talk to quite a few people late hours at night, but ideas always pop in my head. So my idea this week was to think, how can I approach people about OnPassive? A lot of people are afraid to do it because it's the fear of rejection. It's just like when you're a little kid, we'll say it uses a guy and there's a girl you were just madly in love with and you were terrified to talk to her and you finally did and she shot you down and it like destroyed your whole life. All right, but it really didn't. It's just to make you stronger. People will always say no matter what. I did come up with this. Now work with me, a different way of thinking, approach people. So what I did, and these are not average numbers. I just made up some numbers. So what I did is I added up what an average house payment is, what an average car payment is, what insurance is every month, groceries on a monthly basis. I threw in vacations, maybe 2 vacations, 1 vacation a year. I kind of added up and I came with around a number that will be either really high or real low to some people. So I came up with $45,000 and that could be cheap or more. I don't know. This is just a hypothetical number. So let's say $45,000 a year gets your house payment, your car payment, your insurance. Well, I forgot about Christmas. Add another couple grand to that one. So we'll say 50 grand. Let's just use a round number, 50 grand. That covers your whole year as far as everything that you got to pay bills on. And we all hate bills because we have bills, we had to go to work. Correct? Everybody agree to that one? We got to pay to play. So I'm thinking a different way approach that I thought about, and I could be wrong. I'm just throwing it out at you guys because I trust you. Well, some of you. And the thing is, here's what I'm going to say to people. Because I always ask, what's your yearly bills you think that takes care of everything? And I think $40,000 to $50,000, it might be a fair answer, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower. But then I tell them, what if I told you that if you check out OnPassive, you become a founder, we can take care of those bills yearly for you. Matter of fact, they got a job. Most people still have jobs. You keep working, but imagine that OnPassive, because you became a founder, is going to pay those bills for the entire year. Every month, OnPassive is going to pay it. And I thought it was just a different way. Instead of going out and telling people that you are going to be successful, you're going to have this, you're going to have that. I think we should do the reverse thinking as, hey, what if we just told, shared and educated people as not only will this make you successful, but can you imagine not having to pay one bill out of your pocket every year? In other words, if they had a job making, say, $50,000 a year, all right, and they're paying out $35,000 to $40,000 a year to keep themselves survived. Just imagine that. That's really a low conservative number. Saying I would, if someone explained to me that way, I think I would think about it a lot more, because I'm thinking, man, never thought about that. So I can go to work, basically bank all my money, because this company that I paid $97 for is going to pay all my bills for the year. It sounds like a pretty good deal to me. But that's also to get them involved and interested, and then they're going to realize what's coming at them. So just an outtake. What do you guys think of that idea? I'm asking your opinion, and be honest. You can be blunt, you can be mean. I don't care. I just want to try to get different ideas in people's heads. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's awesome.
I think that's spot on, man.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
great.
that-
Perfect.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
Chris, I did the
I
same
think that's
thing when
great.
I approached people about medical bills. You know, people my age are paying out, oh, so much money for care, you know?
Yeah.
And I said, what if you didn't have to depend on the government to pay for your prescriptions? Would you be interested? It's the same concept, and I think it works beautifully well. It works like a charm. So I think that's fantastic, Chris. Thank you. I
Right.
just wanted to.
Thank you, Willow.
Because we come to these webinars and we're kind of watching the same thing over and over. We watch wonderful presentations, and I mean, there's some beauties. We had a beautiful one tonight, but I don't think we're ever, people always ask, how do you build a team?
Hmm.
All right. It's almost impossible to answer that question because everyone's different. But I think if you each came up with your own approaches, I just threw that one out there. That was just me thinking on a long, lonely night sometimes. And I thought, if we could change the way the founders think about how to approach people, all right, make people that you talk to are going to pay attention to something like, wow, man, I'd have a lot of money in the bank if someone paid my bills all year.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's true, Chris. Like, but a lot of people don't even know how much they're spending on stuff. They just live week to week. And that's, I think, is where what you're saying will really sort of make them, bring it up for them to think about how much are you
Right.
actually spending, because you have this little bill or that little bill and the car bill and the mortgage and, you know the basics, but you don't know actually.
I wrote
how
out
much
almost
you're
everything.
Yeah.
I wrote vacations, gas, fixes
Yeah.
on your home, repairs on your cars, repairs on the lawnmower that just broke,
Uh-oh, did you just break your lawnmower, Chris?
No, I'll never break my lawnmower. Never. I love my lawnmower. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. Narelle just made an excellent point, because people live check to check because that seems like the thing to do these days when it's a horrible, horrible life. Have I done it? I did it years ago and I didn't like it. It was horrible. So people kind of think today that that's normal, check to check. And you know what? That's the biggest BS I've ever heard in my life. All right, check to check. And I'm sure many people have been in this situation. I will say I've been in that situation. Check to check is like being in jail and they let you out for like a half hour every week. That's what it feels like. And if you do get sick, you throw your back out, you break a bone, your butt better still be going to work, because you got to make that bills. You got to pay those bills. All right. Different way of thinking, guys. Just a different way of thinking. Get people to understand that check to check is no fun. It's not a life. You're going to struggle your entire life and you're not going to be real happy with that. Show them the happiness that what a passive can do for them. It's just a different approach. And I'm also looking for anyone who's got any different ways to approach people, easy approaches. Hey man, let's put them out there.
Go ahead. Sorry, Chris. I just want to share also that I find, I'm a bless, supporter, going to change so many lives. But, how many of you have actually got people in the community who are raising funds for their school, for that community project, for the elderly, for all that sort of thing? And how many of us have actually approached those people, sending them a message? I approached one at a show one day, just two ladies. I mean, they never joined, but at least I got it out there and said to them, there's a way of you being able to raise funds without having to stand in the sun at the show every year, or, for a week, and every week in, week out sort of thing. People are out there screaming out, with communities in particular, because, the elderly are being left behind. There's not enough funds to support what they need. You know, the disabled, those who have disabilities are being left behind. There are people out there who support them in community, but they're screaming out for government aid. Over here in Australia, you know, the government's got to sort of pick up or, you know, give so much money into those communities. However, if they didn't have to worry. Now, last night I watched a show, it's like a Royal Flying Doctors show. And one of the things that I've always had in my head was that I wanted to help these because they help so many of Australia. The Royal Flying Doctors go out thousands and thousands of miles in communities, in Aboriginal communities, in those who live out the bush, who actually cannot, they're not even close to a hospital. They could be thousands of miles away, kilometers away from a hospital or even a doctor. So Royal Flying Doctors is hugely important in such a big country when people do still live out, you know, country and way out west and Darwin and Northern Territory and inland of Australia. So, you know, that is something that I would love to support. You know, so how many of us or how many community things are there out there? How many, you know, you look at Red Cross, I don't like supporting the big ones, and I'll be truthful about that. And Chris told me I could be truthful, you know, and honest and say it as it is. And I don't like the big ones. You know, we had bushfires over here in 2019-20 and $50 million was raised by Clarice Barber, I think her name is, very well-known comedian type lady, 50 million. And I think she's in the US. And, you know, some of that money still hasn't been passed on to the people of Australia for those fires. They're still living in tents and things like that. How dare they? How dare those big companies take that money and say, we'll distribute it how we want? You know, that's crap, because they're taking a lot of it for admin. Whereas if we can directly give to these people, how amazing will that be? So think about, you know, what Chris is saying is so true. We live each week, week to week, with our checks or payments, whatever we get. But, you know, think again. My thing is to say, think out there and see what's in your community, what's in your local community. Is there a cricket association? Is there hockey? Is there basketball? You know, is there someone that you can just pop down and go and have a chat with, you know, find out an email. These guys that have an email easily available to say, and then address what you're saying, not just the whole of OnPassive, but I have something here that can help your community, can help your association with being able to not have to raise funds like you have to, you know, or that you do, or you're always short or something like that. Anyway, that's my input. Sorry, I've just turned into Ms. Marty. Walk on. And I'll get off my soapbox. But there are so many people I think that we can address as far as our local people go. Forget about your family, forget about your friends now. You know, if you've got them a position, fantastic. But, you know, get out there and help your local community. That's my bit.
Very good. All right, Carol, you're going to be I know everyone's getting tired, starting to drop out. Carol, you're going to be our last person, and then we're going to have Julie. Julie Wen has an announcement to make. So Carol, can you please turn your microphone on?
Carol from Canada. There we are. Yeah, that's
Yes,
it.
good evening, everybody. Yeah,
Good evening.
I was watching one of Mike Ellis' video about a month and a half ago, and he was talking like Facebook, but you use ONET and you tell your contact there's a new era on the social media, and that's coming very, very soon. And they want to know when you tell them they're not going to sell their data, and it's more secure, and it's faster, it's more user friendly. They all love it, and they just want to really know what's coming, and they ask really a whole bunch of questions, when it's coming and how much it's gonna cost and everything.
Carol, sorry, Carol, I just want to go back to what Marty said about ONET, and we have to be very aware and very careful of how we put things out on Facebook right now. If you're sending them in private message, that's understandable. But again, if we start to put the wrong information on Facebook, they're not going to be happy, and they're going to.
I'm not putting nothing on Facebook. I'm going to Web Talk or Alignable.
Yeah, no, that's
on other social media.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Just we have to be aware of the information that we're putting out there. We don't have the full details yet about ONET, except that they don't sell our information to that third party. So I think we all just have to be aware of that. But that's a great idea. I think, sharing it. I send private messages to people who are disgruntled on Facebook. And I send it in a private message saying there's something new coming. I don't even tell them what it is. But I said, you're going to be absolutely gobsmacked, or you're going to be amazed. Sorry, gobsmacked is maybe an Australian terminology. But it's, you're going to be amazed. Look out for it. I'm going to send you some information as soon as I have more
social media.
Social media. Yeah.
Marty.
So ONET.
Hey, Marty. There's people with their hands up, but somehow I lost the co-host position. And I can't put them up or take them in. But Julie, will you, Julie, when are you still here? Or did you fall asleep? There you are. Julie has announcements. Guys, give her a couple minutes.
2 minutes, Julie. Two.
Do you see me rubbing my hands? She knows what that means.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I fell asleep a little bit. Sorry, Chris. Anyway. We've been Zooming for a long time. Some of us have been Zooming for 3 years. Some of us have been Zooming for 2 years, 1 year, whatnot. But there are events happening around the country here in the US. The first one is Sherry and I, Sherry Dursaway, she's also here. It's meeting every Friday at 6:30, at 9:30 for coffee. What we're doing, it's not just we're calling people to come and meet with us. What we're doing is actually encouraging people to go out, to reach out and meet founders in their local area. And I know there's people that there's founders that meeting each other in Texas. There's also Pam Turner meeting her friends, her founder in Canada. What we're doing right now is basically, I'm just encourage everyone to reach out to founders, your local founders, your teams getting together and start refreshing the information. What my announcement is in regarding to next week. Next week on Tuesday, the 17th, if you are in the East Coast, in the West Virginia, Maryland, Washington, D.C., those area, Baltimore, if you are planning or if you are around on Tuesday evening at 6 p.m., we are going to have a meet and greet. And we actually already have a venue started. That venue can seat about 500 people. So I know that leaders over there, the founders over there are getting together. We are working very hard to secure the location. Not only that, to actually bringing refreshments. I mean, I've seen lists of things that is going on. It's really a fun time that we all can meet together, having meet and greet, say hello to everyone, embracing the conversation. Not only that, we encourage everyone that is showing up, or even if you are not in that area and you have friends that are in Washington, D.C., just the area around it, if you could share the information going on, because what we're going to do is we're going to have a presentation. We are going to have a Q&A. We actually are also going to have testimonials. There's a lot of things going on there as well. And then at the end of this month, August 30th, Sherry Dursaway and I and Terry Thompson, and then there are other founders here in California is putting together an event also at 6:30 that we want everyone in the local area, LA area, Los Angeles area, Riverside area, everywhere in Southern California. If you have anyone in that area, please also share the event of OnPassive. If you have friends, family, guests that are in that area, please invite them to attend that live event also. On my Facebook feed, on the Leadership Council, on Sherry Dersaways has the flyers, or if you want to have those flyers that you want to share with your team or your friends in that area, please reach out to one of us so that we can share that as well. Also, we are planning to have a webinar next week. During the time that the Caribbean's having a webinar, we are going to have a special webinar that we are working so hard, and we're hoping that we could, you know, if Ash has the time, have the ability, or have the strength to do it, hopefully we can have Ash coming on. I'm not promising, but I know Marty is working very hard to actually share that webinar information with us as well. I do hope that you mark your calendar. It's going to be on Tuesday. If you are in other area around the world, it's going to be on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I would say if you can mark your calendar for at least 2 or 3 hours, I'm hoping that it's going to be a great evening for Tuesday as well. So those are the announcements that I wanted to do. Thank you, Chris and Norel, for giving me some time. Also, if you are in your area and you're able to do it, let's get the founders together. I believe when OnPassive launch, Mr. Ash Muffard would love to have some of your video clips, you know, OnPassive, not only Mr. Ash, but I'm sure he wants video, he wants founders around the world exciting to have OnPassive launch. So if you are having a team in your area, let's get them together. Let's meet them in person and do some live or anything like that. Thanks so much, Chris and Norel, for letting me be on and making the announcement.
Thank you, Julie. And thank you for being aware of time, because it's really important that we get these messages out there. I think you're going to have an amazing, amazing time. Being able to meet up in person would be fantastic. Here again in Australia, we have the problem that, you know, like with myself and Yvonne, we're about 6,000 kilometers away from each other, you know, so there's no popping in for a coffee. I have one founder in my town of 190,000 people. That's my sister. You know, Australia's, there's a few in Team Australia down in New South Wales. You know, we've got a handful of people, so very difficult, but I understand that, you know, you guys are a lot closer over there and you can meet up. And I hope that that hall or whatever you've hired is packed full, and that they're pouring out the front door and the windows and everything like that. Everybody needs to keep inviting people to these things, you know, because obviously Julie and many others who set these things up to, and Sherry, you know, they take their time to be able to set this up so that you have a place where people can come along, you know, have a listen, ask some questions. That's not just on Zoom, because we are all over a bit on Zoom, but had we have not had Zoom or this platform, then we would never have met. You know, OnPassive is bringing so many of us together. So I really appreciate you, Julie, and thank you, Marty, for your time today, which I like your new name. If you haven't seen it, I did not have anything to do with that. And I think when people get bored, they do silly things, but that's okay, Chris.
I didn't do it. I swear to God, he did that. I did not do it. I would have thought about it, but I didn't do it. But I myself, Yvonne, my host, we are a host together. We don't have a co-host. We're both hosts. That's how it works on this ship. Yvonne Mackett, once again, absolutely wonderful presentation. I'm going to get the recording of that, and I'll see if I can get Bill Musk to make a video just for your presentation. And we'll get that out to you. We'll share that because it was really good. It's nice to see different things, different new things, but we appreciate every one of you. Don't stop sharing. Try to approach people differently. Think of new ideas. I think there was a lot learned tonight. I learned a few things, which is amazing to me because it's hard for me to learn anything lately. But you guys keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for supporting us on this crazy hey show. But it's always fun to see you guys here. And tomorrow, don't forget, I'm going to advertise for the Thursday 8 o'clock, which is the Robin and Pam, Kevin Rutledge, Marty, Mike, Dan, Stupid Head, at 8 o'clock, which is a presentation Q&A for your guest. So if you have a guest, bring them. That's really a good one. And then at 9:15, we will be doing the rapid fire, which is get it in, get it out. That's been going really good. Sometimes we get stuck on a few things, but I think it's been really good. It's an overflow from Monday. We get it done in a couple hours, what they're doing every Monday for 6 hours. And horrendous. It just shows you how many people don't really understand what a passive is or what. But we want to get everyone on the same page. But I love you all. If you got a birthday tomorrow, like I say in my lives, happy birthday. You're older. Too bad for you. I don't have birthdays anymore. If you're sick, calling out my buddy and our brother Milo for his healthy returns. God is great. He's answered prayers for the Mufara family, Ash, his wife, his kids. I also ask that you pray for everyone in this lousy world right now, that, you know, God comes down and gets rid of this nasty virus so we can live a lot better, I think. And I can actually walk out my front door without worrying about getting my mom sick. So, but let's pray for everybody. God is great. And this company, I still believe, is all about God. And it's a God sent for all of us. So let's just do this. You guys have a wonderful sleep. Once again, I want to thank my beautiful host, Darrell, my wonderful, beautiful presenter, Yvonne. And let's go do this. Tomorrow, Marty McGowan, wait, before I go, Marty DeGarmo and myself will be on a Bangladesh webinar at 11 o'clock. So I'm betting that he won't do a live unless he gets new information. But normally I always say, go ahead, take a break. That's usually how it works. He might do a live, but we're probably going to be in Bangladesh for 2 or 3 hours because it's a long one. We're hoping that it's a little shorter, but we have 15 Leadership Council going to Bangladesh tomorrow. And we are lighting up Bangladesh. We've got 2 countries together, India and Bangladesh, who always didn't see eye to eye, and they are exploding together. Oh man, it's music to my ears, my eyes, my heart. And we're filling gaps, folks. So keep doing it. Stay away from negative. And it's coming. Let's do this.
Coming.
I'll see y'all
and
later.
Just remember to be yourself. Love who you are and be yourself. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you again. And big blessings to Milo. He is improving. I did message him and I think he's getting his sugars under control. So it's wonderful feeling to know that, you know, those people who have so much support around them. Oh my gosh. So blessings upon blessings. Thank you, Chris. Most handsome presenter today that I've seen.
Handsome. You need glasses, girl.
I'm sorry.
Talking about Harry.
I think I've got my rose-colored glasses on. Well, if you're not the most handsome that I've seen today, which is the only webinar I've been on today, I'll just let you know, then you're the funniest and the craziest. All right, guys. Thank you all so much. If you want to open up and say goodbye, we'll end it.
Bye.
Night, everybody. Hey, hey, hey.
Heidi, hi.
Great job, Yvonne.
Thank you.
Hardy, you have a
Thank you,
nice-
everybody.
Mr. Bill doing stuff.